And now, the national anthem of France.
Two beautiful national anthems there. You see the kids coming off the pitch. Let's talk about the referees for the gold medal match. 2 from the United States, 2 from South Korea. The head referee is Laura Rodriguez. The AR1 is Megan Mullen, both from the United States. And then the AR2 is Sung Young Young from South Korea. Fourth official is Min Ji Cha, also from South Korea. Of course, those two nations just battled in the bronze medal. Big congratulations to South Korea for knocking off the hosts and the United States 3-0. All right, let's take a look at the starting 11. First for France, under head coach Marc Moufra. And as the head coach at the helm, you know, he's hoping for a gold medal to bring that back to France. In goal is Audrey Dupapet. Boy, did she have a stellar game and the shutout against South Korea to get to the gold medal match. Left back is Vivian Boudot. Left center back is Shuli Mahrashu. The left back is Shuli Pascaro. You got the two Shulis in the middle. They have been tough to get by. The right back is Alizé Lahra. And then the holding midfielder is Melissa Goudard. Left attacking mid is Rochelle Corboz. Her goal sent France to the gold medal match. And then the attacking mid on the right side of the pitch is Tiffaine Brissonnet. Brissonnet gets the start today, did not start against South Korea. The left wing is Marion Branvacht. Center forward is Sarah Paulison with 4 tallies to her total. And then rounding out the starting 11, the right wing is Christy Gavary. All right, for Cameroon, in a 4-3-3 formation, the same as France, under head coach Solomon Sadako. The keeper is Ungodam. She has been tough, has only allowed 1 goal all tournament. This back line has been just as tough. The left back is Undome. Left center back is Sandrine. She will man mark Sarah Paulison all match long. We can guarantee you that. The right center back is Bakench. The right back is Rita. In the middle, the left mid is Umbo Mozamo. The attacking mid is Eto. The right mid is Chunko. And then the 3 up front for Cameroon. The left wing is Umbianchi. The center forward is Tabe. Tabe with 8 goals in the tournament, 5 last match against Belgium. And then the right wing, ever so confident, is Confidence. Those are the starting 11 for Cameroon. Well, the scene is set, Shelby. The sun is shining. Cameroon, can they bring home the gold for the first time ever for an African nation? Mali, who competed for the first time ever, Shelby, is looking at what Cameroon has done, thinking we could do this in the future. And then for France, the top dogs in 2016 when they hosted in Rennes, they are trying to come out on top again and prevent Cameroon from bringing home those golds.
Well, it looks like the French heard you talking about the sun. They're defending. This side won the coin flip, and now we're going to see them play. They were both taking pictures, chanting loudly. The excitement, the tension is so high here in Union Stadium. I can feel it.
So that is Tabe in the center circle. She'll likely play it back to Umbo Mozamo or Chunko and get this thing started. Can France defend Tabe? Can the 2 setter backs in Shuli Mahrashu and Shuli Pascaro prevent Tabe from scoring for the first time? She scored in every match in this tournament. It's Tabe to Chunko, and we are underway. That is Shuli Pascaro, who was brilliant, Shelby, against South Korea, arguably the MVP in that match.
Pascaro and Marishu, such great defense, a wall back there, and I think it's going to be hard for Tabe to break through that wall.
Number 15, number 17.
This possession there, and it's a throw-in for France. This is Vivian Boudot. Boy, does she have some length to her. A lethal lefty. Has such a good touch on the ball. Tries to play it into the box as much as she can when she runs down the near side of this pitch. So Cameroon has been tested one time, and that was against the United States in their very first match of the tournament. Who would have thought at that moment that that match would be ever so critical? A 79th minute goal by Tabe, who we were just talking about, was the difference between them and the United States going to the gold medal match.
When you think about it too, and we've been talking about it too a little bit, in the beginning of the tournament, these teams very new to the area, very new to the play, the turf, the wind, Spokane, after traveling all that way, kind of getting their feet together there in the first couple of matches, but now everyone is on their A game. They've had time to practice, to film, to watch film, to get together as a team, and now they're ready to put it all down on the pitch.
Both nations are very tactical. Both nations play with a lot of pace. I think we can say with Tabe right here, could be the first chance. Tabe can't let her get to the left. Tabe with the try, and there's the first save of the match by Audrey Duparpet, the keeper for France. And we were just talking about that. You see, there was two French defenders on Tabe, and she still got by both of them. Just couldn't quite get enough on the left foot.
We talked to a little bit, and we talked about it in the bronze medal match, the momentum that the team gains when you have that first or second attacking offensive play in the first couple of minutes of the game can really set the pace for the rest of the match.
And one of the storylines that I was just going to get to is this could be a crossing opportunity for Eto, but no one was there on the backside of the play. Confidence is trying to deflect one off of Lacra. But talking about it, for Cameroon, it's the quickness, right? We just lightning speed. And you saw Tabe there blow by any defender she wants to. On the flip side of things, as Rita realized she had to get it out of there, and now the keeper and Angodam as well outside the 18 has to trickle back. But for France, give and goes. Just their passing accuracy has been the best out of any team in this tournament. Here's a chance for France. Christy Galvary. Galvary trying to find Paulison. Instead, it is Van Bracht. And hearing the chatter, a lot of chatter. You get to talk amongst fans here. And hearing the chatter amongst other coaches and people here. A lot of people picking Cameroon in this match, saying that they have a lot of momentum. This team is used to playing with one another. And they said that France was very tactical, and maybe even more tactical than Cameroon in ways, but not used to playing with each other year-round. I mean, it's a brand-new team that was assembled for this tournament. A lot of pros. You can see that pro pass there by Brissonnet. Here's Brissonnet again. Kind of punches one into the air with that left foot. Give a touch on the ball there by Goudard on the slide tackle. Ball, Paulison, could be the first for France. Paulison diving, still has it. Paulison, and it's an own goal by Rita. And was anything called? Wait a minute. I believe we have a handball here. So it's going to be no goal for France. It would have been an own goal by Rita, and a handball was called. You couldn't hear the whistle because the crowd was getting up on their feet, screaming and yelling. And so it's still 0-0 here in the 5th minute.
Handball or not, that was such a great play, being able to be there in the box and have that momentum to keep going and crashing. Just amazing. And then you know what? I think the momentum is picking up here for the French team.
The play from Christy Galvary, what she has done, I don't know if we've talked about her enough. The right wing for France, her crosses, the touch, the pass accuracy has been so tough to stop. Here's another one. Paulison tried to leave it. Van Bracht was on the other side. So Van Bracht right there couldn't get to it. And Tabe, so you got 4 white jerseys. Right now, the spacing for Cameroon, Shelby, is not ideal. You can see France finding holes and cracks in the armor here. But we know how fast Cameroon can strike. This could be a chance. This is the attacking mid. Eto, good ball out wide. This is Ambianchi. Ambianchi crosses it in. And Dupapech with the diving stop.
We saw South Korea do this a lot last game, playing through the back, taking the time to let their other teammates set up for a good pass, just like that one there.
Good poke by Gavary. Keeper is out and then cleared away by Sandrine. She is one of the best center backs in this entire championship. And Sandrine, where does she go? Where does Sandrine go? Right to Paulison. We talked about it in the open, Shelby. Sandrine is going to be on Paulison the entire match. She's not going to be a shoulder length away, more than a shoulder length away. As Boudot was on here. Boudot with a left foot try, not enough on it, and the save for Ungodam.
You saw the Cameroon back line just inching forward more and more and more to try to get these French players off the line, and the French players were squished with their midfielders, making it a little bit harder to make some passes.
A couple of throw-ins here for Cameroon. 8th minute of the match, still 0-0. Tabe had a pretty good look. Couldn't quite get enough on it, the left foot. Confidence. Tabe back to confidence, but France practices that. They know what Cameroon does. Very similar, almost mirroring the French and what they do as Brissonnet goes down, and that is a foul against Cameroon.
Pasquero knows, like you said, they practiced the give and goes being there. Pasquero and Marichaux, she knew Pasquero, if she could get up there and mark the passing, Marichaux's going to mark in case the pass gets through. So they're very, very good teamwork together.
The two Shulis, they're in the back line, the center backs for the French. So Goudard was looking at head referee Laura Rodriguez there, wondering if maybe she could have played advantage and allowed the French to continue the attack. And that ball, too much from Pasquero. So to all of you staying up late in Cameroon, we hear you, we see you, we appreciate all of you guys and gals for watching these women, sticking with them. I mean, the Cameroon fan base, Shelby, has been amazing. All the support on social media, everything that they have witnessed here. Very proud of these women, or a lot of those fans.
Absolutely. There's not a post of the game versus Cameroon in any of the nations without 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 Cameroonian flags in the comments.
And then for France, it's a little bit later. It's now 1:11 in the morning in France, 9-hour time difference, but it's Friday night, right? So it's Friday night in France, and how about some Friday night French football? That's what they got there, staying up late and hoping that they can witness this French team win their second ever CISM World Military Football Championship. Ambianchi, the right wing, is a has been a big difference maker the last couple of matches for Cameroon. Rita is just a pro each and every day, the right back. And so you're going to see a lot of these attacks for Cameroon come through the near side of the pitch here, just like this. This is Ambianchi, has a step on Boudot. Tabe, course, finds it at her feet. Tabe tried to leave it for Eto, and it was intercepted by Brissonnet. I mean, Cameroon, you talk about video game numbers. Cameroon outscored opponents 25-1 in this tournament. That's hard to do if you're playing on FIFA on the easiest difficulty, Shelby. If you're playing on beginner mode or rookie mode or whatever it is, that's hard to do in a setting. And then you look at France, and France is 8 goals behind Cameroon, and they're still at 17-1. So both of these nations just dominated their groups, even though they both still had to be tested by one nation. Cameroon had to be tested by the United States, and then France had to be tested by South Korea. Boudot, see if she wants to throw it inside the 18 here. Boudot, it's in the 18. Trying to look for Corbos. There's Paulison. Paulison to Corbos. Corbos back to Paulison. Paulison misses wide of the mark. Paulison doesn't miss too many of those. She can't believe it. Those two, boy, it's like they finish each other's sentences with the soccer ball, the football at their feet.
One touch there, easy, right there in front of the goal, just having that poise to pass it, to shoot it there, a little bit wide. But other than that, I think it would have made it in.
Brissonnet has Bron Vogt. Bron Vogt right foot try and a save for Ngodam.
The French team is keeping the pressure on Ngodam here in this first half.
Mahershu gets it out of there. Counterattacks. Both nations are going to be so quick. Once the keeper gets the ball and makes the save or stops across, you have to sprint back defensively, especially if you're pulling your right and left backs on the flanks. You got to be ready, because both Cameroon and France want to play quickly and play with some pace, just like this. Little collision, all ball there. Boudot wants to switch sides of the pitch. Mbomozmo got in the way. And then Boudot looked like she turned it over, but Eto couldn't control it. Now Corbos has Gavary on the far flank. Gavary plays it on the ground. And a good interception there by Bakench, one of the center backs.
You can see the Cameroon back line. They are looking for those crosses just like the French team, but they're there to intercept. I think it's going to have to be a little bit of air balls, crossing it in the middle.
It looks like Sandrine and Bakench have switched a little bit here. Looks like Sandrine's maybe more as the right center back. She's just sticking stride for stride with Paulison. I mean, their footsteps are in sync. That's where number 19 is going to be. So 15th minute, 0-0. France has had 2 really good chances. Cameroon had a decent chance, but Tabe couldn't get enough on the left foot. So it's 3 shots to 1 so far. France is so comfortable, Shelby, switching sides of the pitch. The vision, another thing that's hard to teach. How about Brissonnet? Back to Boudot. Boudot couldn't control it to her right foot. Again, she is left foot dominant. She tried to go left to right, couldn't control it, and here's the counter chance. Bianchi. Bianchi still has it. Goudart hits the deck. Eto. Back to Bianchi. Bianchi somehow gets it to Mozamo, and then Confidence. Cleared away by Lahra.
We know once the ball gets to Confidence's feet, something's going to happen. She is so great at controlling the ball, using her footwork, her speed, and making some passes to get it in the back of the net. Great clear to here to Bonrock.
I think Bronvacht and Confidence, not just because they're both left wings, but they're very similar because they're sneaky. That's where Rita, as well as Lara over there, the right backs, they have to have that peripheral vision. You cannot let number 7 on France or number 21 on Cameroon out of your sight at any given time. And we've seen that a couple of times. Rita's cheating in the middle of the pitch. You can see her on your screen there inside the center circle, but Bronvacht is wide open here on the near side. That was a wild shot attempt from way outside the 18. And now Rita comes back to make sure that Bronvacht is taken care of.
You know, we saw that in the last match as well. Leaving that flank open can be detrimental for the defense because that's where things start to happen, good things.
And here's Corbeau's, the hero for France. Bronvacht again. We just talked about it, Shelby. Bronvacht with a right foot try, and what a slide tackle by Rita. So maybe, Shelby, even though Bronvacht was creeping again, maybe Rita just trusts the Jets and trusts her feet and footwork and speed to get back. And that's a daring slide tackle inside the 18 as Paulison now is on. Paulison from 22 yards out off the American football crossbar. It's a goal kick for Ungodam.
My first thought about Bronvacht out there in the wide, perfect pass like we were just talking about. She was sneaking in. I think she's a little bit too patient. We know that the Cameroon team has so much speed, so we can't be waiting too long, even if it was a tad bit, to make those shots.
And I think Paulison on that attempt could sense the backs right on her back and realize that she wanted to take one from about 22 to 23 yards out. Rodriguez played advantage and now calls the foul. That was delayed there. Bronvacht trying to say, hey, you didn't call anything, so I played it on. And Boudot would have had a one-on-one with the keeper. Boy, that one's tough there for France. Mahrashu. Beautiful ball to Gavary. But the flag goes up offside, and that is Megan Mullen, the assistant referee, who was all over.
Kind of like that sequence of passing with the French team there. They slowed it down a little bit, made some close push passes, and then waited to make that long ball.
There's players getting water for Cameroon. Bodies are tired. Paulison, did she time it well? Not going to matter because Sandrine with the length of that left foot. And a foul on Goudart, and Cameroon played it immediately before anything happened. So 0-0, 20th minute. Water break coming up here in about 2 to 3 minutes or so. Again, there's one water break in each half because it is hot. But Cameroon, some of their players have taken a couple of water breaks already. Made sure that they stayed hydrated. Bianchi. Working on 2 defenders. Makes a move. Bianchi trying to cross one in if she can. Now stopping on the ball. Good interception there and help. That's the left wing, and Bronvak getting back. Mbomozamo, they're looking for Tabe. It's going to be physical. And yet again, Rita's going to have her work cut out for her, Shelby. She's going to need some help over here on the near side. They continue to play through Bronvak. I think they have an advantage on this near side of the pitch.
She's doing a great job, too, at going to the ball, making sure she's receiving the passes that are passed to her, and making sure that she's not letting any of her teammates down. Two defenders on Gallery.
So here's Paulison, and out wide. This is the right back in Lara. Good give and go. And cleared away by Kench.
I don't know if you saw it, Alex, but Sandrine just being on Paulison was really shut down Paulison right there at the front. Like you've been saying, that is her mission for this game.
Yeah, you're going to see Sandrine stride for stride. You can see her there on the corner of your screen right there. Those two will be stride for stride the entire match. Here's Paulison, but Paulison is offside, and that's because Sandrine is so witty, Shelby. She took a couple of steps forward to bait Paulison into the offside. But also we know a lot of you were commenting, maybe back in Cameroon or France. There's a lot of lines on the field here, Shelby, because this is an American football field. So this is a joint high school football stadium. The Meade Panthers, you see in the end zone over by the goal where Ungodam is defending, and then where Dupapech for France is defending, that is Mount Spokane Wildcats. So this is an American football field. It's turf. It's not grass. That's why you have those lines out on the field. But Cameroon and France, used to it by now, understanding the boundaries, where the touch line is. And both teams still know how to give and go, I'll tell you that.
That's what we were talking about a little bit earlier, is the few first games, you're really getting used to the field. But this is the last game of the tournament. These teams know what to do, how to play, and have adjusted to this field to make sure they're playing the best game they can.
Bianchi, confidence with the speed. You got to be careful of confidence, and confidence connects. The first for Cameroon here in the 24th minute. A salute to those back in Cameroon and who have traveled here to Spokane. Confidence showcasing her speed, connects on her third goal of the tournament.
Like I was saying earlier, when the ball gets the confidence, she knows how to make things happen. The speed and an utter easy push pass there into the corner. What a play.
So Cameroon, and that deflected off the right foot of Dupapech. Cameroon, all of their attacks for the most part here in the first half, Shelby, were on the near side. They were playing through their right wing in Bianchi. And then all of a sudden, what does Bianchi do? Sees that Confidence has a one-on-one with Lara on the far side of the pitch and plays the ball perfectly. Confidence not going to miss from about 10 yards out. Boy, France has controlled a lot of the possession here. Say it's about 60-40, maybe 65-35. But it's Cameroon and Confidence going into the water break that lead 1-0. Well, speaking of goals, let's take a look at some of the top scorers in this tournament. You take a look, Tabe with her 8. Everyone's looking up at her, and realistically in this match, no one could possibly catch her. I mean, Paulison would have to get 4 against Cameroon, the final 75 or so minutes, 65 or so minutes. But 1-0, confidence with her 3rd tally of the tournament. That is how quick Cameroon can strike.
We've been talking a lot about the speed this entire time, and you've really seen it out here on the field. We don't even have to tell you anymore. This team is so quick with their passes, with their runs. They're so confident, scored that first goal, and now they're coming in here the second half of the first half harder than ever.
This is the first time in the tournament that France has trailed. So now we'll see. This is a battle-tested nation, a battle-tested team. But this is the first time they have trailed all tournament long. Against South Korea, it was 0-0 to the 90th minute. Corbos put one in the back of the net. Against Mali, France played that whole second half up a woman. Mali actually scored down a woman, so it made it a 2-1 affair. And then France wound up winning 5-1. But Cameroon has led in every single match now. And France, another point we got to talk about. France has 17 goals. But in the first half, Shelby, they've struggled at times putting one in the back of the net. So you see the good closing speed there. And the clearance. That was Ndome. But France against Canada. Canada packed. Played everyone on their defensive third. Here's Paulison, Sandrine. Brissonnet, and the win on that 50-50 ball by Ambianchi. France has struggled in the first half. And it hasn't been a struggle to put up shots or even put them on frame. But against Canada, it took them till the 62nd minute by Anissa Belkacemi to finally break that scoreless tie. Against South Korea, it took them 90 minutes to score and break that 0-0 tie.
I think with both of those teams, it was the defensive line that was the deal breaker for this French team.
Eto'o, got to get it out of there. Eto'o, and there's the whistle.
The French does well at bringing it from the back and bringing it from the middle, but once it gets that defensive line, it's so hard to get through the 3-4 players that are back there and get one on the goal. But the French have had a few opportunities, just having to capitalize on the opportunities that they do have.
Skied into the air. Tabe pokes one. I'm not sure if she was trying to chip it over the keeper and Dupapet, but Tabe couldn't control it with the right foot. That's a sigh of relief there for France. Then the last 10 minutes or so, Shelby, France in the back line has been tested as much as they've been all tournament with confidence in Tabe.
You know, with that play in particular, I was a little bit surprised not to see confidence on the back end of that goal, ready for a deflection like that.
So 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32.22 degrees Celsius. Boudot, natural lefty. Here's Brissonnet, also a lefty. And a good deflection there.
You can hear the frustration there, just maybe not passing it fast enough, maybe not making the plays fast enough there for Brissonnet.
The majority of attacks so far have been playing through the left backs for France. That's a foul called and a yellow card. That's going on Goudart. So Goudart who committed a foul earlier, and Laura Rodriguez pulls out the first card.
You have to think yellow cards don't mean as much now that this is the last game, because if you get 2, you have to sit out this game and the next game. Now the next game, right, doesn't matter since this is the gold medal match. But if she gets another one, she will have to sit out the rest of the game.
Yeah, and then France is down a woman. Here's Sandrine. As much as we talk about Tabe and Ambianchi and Eto, Nanga had a hat trick. Confidence has 3 goals, 1 in this gold medal match. If people are watching and they're paying attention and they're true footballers, Shelby, Sandrine could actually be the MVP of this team. She's made it so tough on any striker to get in. Speaking of strikers, Tabe, again, missed it with the right foot, and she's frustrated with herself.
Well, Sandrine and Bakench back there in the back, like I said, like the wall in the back for the French, that's the wall for the Cameroon team, and Sandrine is doing her job, working hard to make sure any shot attempt is stifled by her.
Even Tabe's ability to control it off the chest is so impressive. On Bianchi, onside, Dupapet got the right foot, realized she couldn't get it with her hands. Had to sort of slide tackle there, and that was the right decision.
Well, after that slide tackle, it almost looked like she lost it there on the side, and one of the Cameroon team members, the offensive, probably could have passed it in there.
Confidence. Chonko, right foot, right to Dupapet. Don't forget, Ungodam has to stare into that Spokane sun in the second half. Normally about, what do we say, 5:15, 5:30 local time, Pacific time. Right now it's 4:34. It's when it starts to get really bad. Good ball, but too much. Said good ball, it was a little strong that time from Godard.
Good idea. Little less better of a ball.
Right. Clearance by Undome. So a throw in here for Lisa Lara. In case you're just tuning in, 1-0 Cameroon. Confidence scored in the 24th minute of the match, right before the hydration break, on a beautiful pass and cross to the far side of the pitch by Ambianchi. The vision to see that Confidence was making that run. France has outshot Cameroon here in the first